Welcome back, dear friends. We are now going to discuss one of the important topics in general surgery. It's a separate chapter in billion now. Sutures, suturing techniques, suturing modes, various techniques in various cases of sutures, blades, needles, all those things we are going to discuss in the next chapter on sutures and other things. Okay, let me start my discussion first with sutures. One of the important topic and one of my favorite topic is this, because this is one of the most practical topic you should never miss or never miss in an exams to answer any single question. Sutures, one of my favorite topics. Sutures. What is the first used suture material by humans? Can you tell me? What is the first used suture from Valian law? Valian law says, ancient man, when there is a cut injury, what they used to suture that cut injury? They used to use very big ant. Ant is used to, for example, if there is a cut injury like this, they make the ant to bite both sides of the wound like this, and they immediately decapitate the ant. They will cut the head of the ant and throw the body. So as it bites like this, it will go into rigor mortis, and that is the first used suture of ancient humans by ant. Ant is the first used suture material. After that, there are many suture materials came into act, and presently we have an excellent classification of suture materials. So the classification of sutures. So let us discuss the classification of sutures now. So the basic classification heading is non-absorbable suture and absorbable suture. First heading is this. Non-absorbable and absorbable suture is the first heading for sutures. Non-absorbable suture material. Please don't forget, non-absorbable suture material can be further divided into natural material and synthetic material. Similarly, absorbable material can be divided into natural material and synthetic material. So I'm going to discuss one by one each. Non-absorbable, naturally available materials, all of you know very well, they are silk, nylon, steel are the naturally available materials. Natural materials, silk, nylon, steel, which are non-absorbable natural materials. Synthetic materials are, so nothing but the silk saree, nylon saree, they are all like saree materials. Same way there is synthetic materials known as polyester material, polybutyster. These are all saree materials. You would have seen people shouting on the roadsides, polyester sarees, polybutyster saree like that. Polyester, polybutyster, polypropylene, polyester, polybutyster, polypropylene, polytetrafluoroethylene, dacron are the non-absorbable synthetic materials. Non-absorbable synthetic materials. Don't forget the classification first. I'm going to discuss individually each one separately later, but don't forget the classifications. Naturally available absorbable material is only one. All of you know that well. What is it? Naturally available absorbable material is catgut, which is derived from sheep's intestine. And synthetic materials, absorbable materials are very important for exam. They are polyglycolic acid, polylactic acid, polyglycaprone, polydioxanone suture, polydioxanone suture, polyglycolic acid, polylactic acid, polyglycaprone, polydioxanone sutures are the synthetic absorbable suture materials. So let us discuss one by one the various important sutures. So let me start with silk. From number one, we will start with silk. So silk is a very cheaper material, very cost-effective suture material, mainly used for skin sutures. Silk. So silk is a what color? Black color suture material. It is mainly used for skin sutures. The problem with silk is there is increased infection rate is seen with silk. Therefore, even for skin, people now started shifting from silk to, they started shifting to nylon. So nylon is available in the company name of Ethylon, also known as nylon. So nowadays we are using nylon for skin sutures also. So silk is slowly going out of market for skin sutures. Now we are using more of nylon sutures for skin sutures. And steel suture, where we use a steel suture. Steel sutures are not used by surgeons, they are used by orthopedicians to take the suture between the bones, and cardiac surgeons to take the suture in the sternum, ribs. So like that for bones, they use steel sutures. So these are naturally available non-absorbable sutures. So when coming to the naturally absorbable suture, non-absorbable suture materials, which are non-absorbable synthetic materials, in this place you should know the one suture which is very important for exams, that is polypropylene. I'm going to tell you all MCQs now from polypropylene. Polypropylene is a high yield MCQ topic for your exams. It is blue color. It is dark blue color. It is monofilament or multifilament material. It is a monofilament material. So what do you mean by monofilament and multifilament? This is monofilament material. This is multifilament material. Many filaments are joined together. So which is good for knotting. Multifilament is good for knotting. Monofilament has a problem of slipping. But advantage of monofilament is, since there is no gap between the sutures, infection is more common in multifilament. No infection in monofilament. So multifilament, because there is the knots are going like this, the gap infection can go and sit. But in monofilament, infection rate is less. So therefore, monofilament property of proline advantages, less infection, disadvantages, knot will slip. In a monofilament polypropylene, the slipping capacity is more and infection rate is less. And usually when you take a suture out of the box, this is the box. This is the box or the pack. Once you take the suture out of the pack, all sutures will fall like this, except proline will go for coiling back like this. What is this property? It will go back for coiling. That property is known as memory. So one of the classical properties of proline. Proline has a property of coiling back to its original shape. This is a good property or bad property? Memory is a bad property. As it is going for coiling back, after you put a knot, the knot will come back. So that is also a bad property. So monofilament is a bad knotting property. Memory is a bad knotting property. So proline should therefore always use 6 to 7 knots are advised for proline. Other sutures we put only 3 to 4 knots, but for proline we should put 6 to 7 knots because of the poor knotting capacity of proline. So proline is such a material used in multiple places. The applications of proline. Where are the places where we use proline? Can you tell me applications of proline? It is used for number one. Proline is used for hernia repair. Please don't forget, hernia repairs we use proline. One size proline is used for hernia repair. It is used for making hernia mesh. So mesh color is white in color. Proline color is blue in color. It is used for vascular suturing, vascular repair. Vascular repair is done with the help of proline. Tendon repair is done with the help of proline. Tendon repair is done with the help of proline. Number 5, it is the one which is used for fascia repairs. Fascia repair. Number 6, diaphragm repair. Diaphragm hernia. Diaphragmatic hernia repairs we use proline. So Prolene is such a material used for hernia repair, vascular repair, tendon repair, fascia repair, diaphragmatic repair, and last important thing for linea alba closure. Laparotomy, when we are closing, we use with the Prolene to close the laparotomy wounds. So these are the applications of Prolene. Please don't forget applications of Prolene are it is used to repair many places. Many places Prolene is used as a repair organ, repair structure. Linea alba closure, diaphragmatic hernia repair, fascia, tendon repair, tendoplasty being cut. Repairing the tendoplasty is done with the Prolene. Vascular anastomosis, aorta repair, femoral artery repair, tibial artery, all artery anastomosis are done with the help of Prolene. Okay, so then comes the two important absorbable suture materials, polytetrafluoroethylene and Dacron. What are they? They are materials mainly used for vascular grafting, making of graft, vascular graft. This is used for vascular graft. And Dacron is a vascular graft mainly applied for what vessel? Mainly for aorta. Aorta replacement is done with Dacron graft. So femoral, popliteal, these are all done with the help of polytetrafluoroethylene. So these are the graft materials. Polytetrafluoroethylene and Dacron are all graft materials used for blood vessels. Okay, used for blood vessels. So please don't forget what are the non-absorbable materials. Non-absorbable natural materials are silk, nylon, steel. Nylon and silk are used for skin sutures. Steel is used for bone sutures. Polypropylene is the one is the one which is having high application. It is monofilament, having memory capacity, so it is having poor knotting capacity. So you should make 6 to 7 knots. Application is in many places. Please don't forget. And the new sutures, polytetrafluoroethylene and Dacron are used for vascular grafting. And coming now to the absorbable natural material, that is catgut. High yield MCQ for exams, catgut. Catgut is brown in color. There are two types of catgut. They are plain catgut and chromic catgut. Plain catgut is observed in 10 days, which is light brown in color. Chromium coated is dark brown in color, which is observed in 60 to 90 days by a phenomenon known as enzymatic degradation. Enzymatic degradation is the phenomenon of absorption of the chromic catgut. It is absorbed in 60 to 90 days. Plain catgut absorbed in 10 days. Chromic catgut absorbed in 60 to 90 days. And the storage material of catgut is what? I mean, what material? The suture material, the catgut is stored with one solution. What is it? The moment you open the catgut, you can see some fluid flowing out, and it will have a pleasant smell. That is isopropyl alcohol. The suture material is isopropyl alcohol is used to store catgut. And application of catgut is nowadays very much restricted. In fact, it is banned in UK. Catgut is banned in UK because it's a non-vegetarian. It is taken from small intestine submucosa of sheep and goats. From sheep and goats, small intestine submucosa it is taken, so it is a non-vegetarian type. So many people will have allergic reaction to this suture material, and therefore it is banned in UK and it is very less applied now. It is used for subcutaneous sutures. It is used for subcutaneous sutures. Then it is very rarely used for muscle approximations. That's all. Otherwise, these two uses also now replaced by Vicryl. Therefore, catgut is slowly getting disappeared from the market. In India, we still have catgut, especially plain catgut. Even I use for circumcision for patients. Circumcision, we use plain catgut, which will get dissolved in 10 days. After cutting the foreskin, we suture the skin with a penile skin by this. Plain catgut is used for circumcision. Okay. Coming to the absorbable synthetic material, the workhouse material of surgeons. What is the workhouse material of surgeons? Yes? It's a line from William Law. The workhouse material of surgeon is Vicryl. What is Vicryl? Original name. Vicryl is a company name. Original name is polygalactic acid. Polygalactic acid. Or polyglactide. It is a multifilament material. Please remember, it is multifilament material made up of glycolic acid plus lactic acid together. It is a multifilament material made up of glycolic acid and lactic acid combined together makes this polygalactic acid. It is violet in color. It is violet in color. It is multifilament. It is observed in how many days? It is observed in 60 to 90 days. Absorption period is 60 to 90 days. It is observed by a phenomenon known as hydrolysis. It is observed by a phenomenon known as hydrolysis phenomenon. Please don't forget, it is observed by a phenomenon known as hydrolysis. So it is observed by hydrolysis. Vicryl has many types of Vicryl are available now. So now we'll draw the Vicryl which are available now. This is one Vicryl which will have barbs like this. This is known as barbed Vicryl. So just think, if you are gliding this Vicryl like this, after gliding the Vicryl, you will not take knot. Automatically it will not come back. The barbs will come and fix the tissue, so it will not come back. So no suturing needed in barbed Vicryl. So what is the use of this barbed Vicryl? No suture needed. It is used in cosmetic surgeries by plastic surgeons because they not only will make scars more, so plastic surgeons make it in facelift operation and other places like some many sutures where you want the suture to be not seen outside. They use this facelift operation. They pass the suture from here and come out like this. The moment the skin touches the face, the hanging face will become fresh. So that is facelift operation. This barbed Vicryl is used by plastic surgeons. Okay, barbed Vicryl. Another Vicryl which is having coated with antibiotic. What is it? Antibiotic coated Vicryl. Since it is a multifilament, there is a risk of infection. To prevent that, we coat it with antibiotic. That antibiotic coated is known as Vicryl plus. The plus is triclosan. Triclosan is an antibiotic used to coat the Vicryl. Triclosan antibiotic is used to close the Vicryl. Another one Vicryl is also there, which is rapidly absorbed. I told you it will absorb in 60 to 90 days, which can be absorbed in 10 days. That is known as rapid Vicryl. Vicryl rapid. These are the types of Vicryl. Barbed Vicryl, Vicryl plus, Vicryl rapid are the various types of Vicryl. And now we have white Vicryl. White Vicryl is actually not polygalactic acid. It is nothing but polyglycaprone. Polyglycaprone is white in color. Interesting point is it is monofilament material. It is a monofilament material. That is therefore less risk of infection. Therefore, it is the one suture of choice for what sutures? Polyglycaprone is a suture of choice by gynecologists and all surgeons nowadays for subcuticular sutures. Please don't forget, for subcuticular sutures, now the suture of choice is polyglycaprone is the suture of choice for subcuticular sutures. So previously we were using Vicryl, now totally replaced by white Vicryl known as monocryl. Also known as monocryl. It is also known as monocryl. The white Vicryl is what we name it now as monocryl. Okay, that we call it as monocryl, which is used for subcuticular sutures nowadays. Okay, monocryl. The name is monocryl. So now we have the applications of Vicryl in some places. What are the applications of Vicryl? So all of you have seen Vicryl used by your department people. Many places they would have used Vicryls. The applications of Vicryls are very important. Application is for bowel anastomosis. Bowel anastomosis. Bile duct anastomosis. Bile duct anastomosis. Bowel anastomosis. Bile duct anastomosis. Then it is used for muscle closures. It is used for subcutaneous closures. So bubble, small bubble we use 30 Vicryl. Bile duct we use 40 Vicryl. So like that, Vicryl is one of the workhouse material used for bubble, bile duct, muscle, subcutaneous, all places. And now there is Vicryl mesh is also available. Vicryl mesh is a mesh which is applied on the peritoneal side of the abdomen. For example, if I am using a hernia, this is an incisional hernia case. If this is an incisional hernia case, I reduce the hernia and I will keep a mesh like this. That mesh will have inner side coated with Vicryl, outer side coated with proline. So this Vicryl prevents adhesion with the bubble. So Vicryl is used as a dual mesh now. Used as a dual mesh. The inner side is in a dual mesh. The inner side is coated with Vicryl. The inner side is coated with Vicryl. Bubble anastomosis, bile duct anastomosis, muscle closure, subcutaneous closure, and dual mesh is made up of Vicryl. Please don't forget this point. So these are the advantages of using a Vicryl. At this point, I want to ask you one question. What is the suture material used for pancreatic duct? Pancreatic duct sutures, what is ideal material? So pancreatic duct will have a juice, that is pancreatic juice, which can digest absorbable materials like Vicryl or monocryl. All those materials will be digested and the pancreatic duct can leak. So therefore, for pancreatic duct, we must use proline sutures, or we must use polydioxanone sutures. So for pancreatic duct, the suture materials of choice are either proline or pancreatic PDS. Okay, PDS or proline is used for pancreatic duct, and which is contraindicated is Vicryl is contraindicated. Because Vicryl will be digested by the pancreatic juice. Therefore, Vicryl is contraindicated in pancreatic duct anastomosis. So at this point, you should not forget pancreatic duct anastomosis is done with the help of proline or polydioxanone. So what is the use of monocryl? Monocryl is used for subcuticular sutures by people. For subcuticular sutures, monocryl is a white suture used for subcuticular sutures. After mastectomy, subcuticular suture. After fan and steel incision, subcuticular suture is with the help of polyglycaprone monocryl. So please remember the absorption period of Vicryl, monocryl, all are same. How many days? Vicryl, monocryl, both are same. What is Vicryl? Polylactic acid. Monocryl, polyglycaprone. Both of them have an absorption period of 60 to 90 days only. Both of them have an absorption period of 60 to 90 days only by absorbed by hydrolysis. And in the absorbable material category, there is a one fellow who has longest absorbable period known as polydioxanone. How long it will get absorbed? Polydioxanone. It has an absorption period of 180 days to 240 days. It can be absorbed in 180 to 240 days. So the longest absorbable material is polydioxanone. That is why this is being nowadays used for abdominal wall closure like linea alba closure. So linea alba closure, nowadays we are using polydioxanone PDS instead of, this is also known as, commercially we call it as PDS, polydioxanone suture. It is used for linea alba closure. Polydioxanone is used for linea alba closures. Please don't forget this point. Polydioxanone is used for linea alba closures. So these are the various points I want you to know from suture materials. At this point in suture materials, let me tell you the size. What do you mean by size of the suture material? The size or the diameter of the suture material, we will tell it as, this is one size suture material. The maximum size is one size. After that, 0 size. After that, 20. After that, 30. After that, 40. Smaller, it keeps moving on. We have sutures even up to 12 sutures. So the size of the suture material maximum is one size. For veterinary doctors, they use 2 size or 3 size sutures are used by veterinary doctors. Very big size sutures. But in humans, we have maximum only up to one size. So the smaller sutures will be extending up to 12 like that. So the smaller the sutures are used in smaller blood vessels. Okay, for aorta, we use 30 sutures. For aorta repairs, we use 30 sutures. Okay, like that it keeps going on. For femoral artery, we use 4050. For tibial artery, 60 like that. For cataract surgeries, we use still more smaller sutures like 80 like that. The size of the suture is used. The size of the suture is inversely proportional. The size of the suture is directly proportional to the tensile strength. So if you pull a one suture, it is very difficult to break it. But if you pull a 12 suture, just with the 2 fingers, you can pull the suture will rupture. So the size of the suture is directly proportional to the tensile strength of sutures. Tensile strength of sutures is based on the size of the sutures. Okay. So these are the points I want you to know from suture materials. Don't forget these points in suture material. Now let me go to the needles which are carrying these sutures. This is a needle. Please remember, this is a needle which is carrying the sutures. This is a needle. The sutures are nowadays swagged with the needle. Swagged means it is imbricated. It is fixed with the needle like this. The sutures comes. So this needle which I have drawn here is an off-circle needle. This is off-circle needle. Please don't forget this is off-circle needle. Similarly, we have quarter circle needle. We have J needle or the other, and we have straight needle. So nowadays nobody uses straight needle because straight needle has more chances of poking the fingers. So we don't therefore use straight needles, are not used nowadays. So straight needle, J needle, quarter circle needle are the various needles we have. So J needle, straight needle, quarter circle needle, off circle needle is commonly available. So quarter circle needle is used in ophthalmic operations. For eye surgeries, they use very small circle, quarter circle, ophthalmic operations. J needle is used for vagina, inside the vagina, or in laparoscopy we use, laparoscopy sutures we use J needle. Straight needle is only used for skin sutures. So off circle needle is most commonly available suture used for blood vessels, bowel, bile duct, everywhere we use off circle needles. So this is an off circle needle, and if I cut this off circle needle at this place, I can see 3 shapes. This is one shape of needle, this is one shape of needle on cut section, and this is another shape of needle. This is another shape of needle. Can you tell me the 3 names? This is round body needle, this is cutting needle, this is reverse cutting needle, So round body needle, the advantage is, main advantage of round body needle is it is less trauma to the tissues. Because it is round body, once you put the tissue, it will smoothly glide inside. The tissue. It is less traumatic to the tissues. So less traumatic to the tissues. Therefore, round body needle is used for bowel, bile duct, and now we use round body needle only because that will not cause damage to the bowel. Cutting needle, if you use, what will happen? If you use a cutting needle, as it is passing, it will cut the tissue. It will even cut and damage the tissue. So it is more traumatic. Therefore, it will not be used in soft, fragile structures. It will be used only for tendon, fascia, or skin. We want the suture to glide more freely. That place only we use this cutting needle. Like in tendon, fascia, skin, we use cutting needle, but it is more traumatic to the structures. Reverse cutting needle, has the combined advantage of round body and cutting. Both combined advantage of round body and cutting we have in this suture. Reverse cutting material. Okay, reverse cutting material we have the combined advantages of both. It is less traumatic as well as more easy to glide. So less traumatic and more easy to glide is seen with reverse cutting needle sutures. Sometimes the vascular surgeons use this reverse cutting needle to prevent damage of the blood vessels. So vascular surgeons may use either reverse cutting or they also use sometimes round body sutures. Both are used by vascular surgeons. So vascular sutures are reverse cutting or round body. But cutting suture mainly we use for, yes, this is a round body cutting, reverse cutting sutures, you should not forget. Okay. So now coming to the blades to make the incisions. We have many types of blades to make the incisions. Now you have to have an idea about the blades also. This is one type of blade commonly used to stab an artery or a hydrocele sac. We use this type of blade to make a stab incision. Sharp tip. What is this blade size known as? This blade is known as 11 size blade. And this is a commonly used blade by most of the surgeons, even you would have used in your house surgery to cut the tissues. What is this blade? It's having a sharp places here. Sharp part of the belly is here. We use that to open the abdomen, laparotomy, inguinal hernia, hydrocele everywhere. We use this size of blade known as 22 size blade. And we have a small belly blade like this. We have a blade which is having a very small belly like this, which is used for small cosmetic incisions known as 15 size blade. 15 size blade. So these are the three blades we commonly have in our hospitals. 11 size blade, 22 size blade and 15 size blade. 15 size blade have a very small belly so that it can make small fine incisions like thyroid incisions, parotid incisions, all we make with 15 size blade. And there is one more blade which is used for suture removal like this. It will be like this. It is used to hook inside the suture and remove it, that is 12 size blade, so that we can put it inside and cut the sutures. For cutting the sutures, suture cutting, not much important, just for completion. Suture cutting, stab, arteriotomy, stab, 11 blade, long incisions, 22 blade, small incisions, 15 blade. These are the various blades we practically use in hospitals. So please don't forget the blades and the shapes. This can be asked in the exams for you. And now let me show you how will you suture a skin sutures. This is skin suturing. You can see the skin. This is a skin cut. I'm going to make sutures now. You tell me what is the name of this suture. I'm just poking this side. I'm passing my suture that is going opposite side and making a knot. This is what suture. This is known as simple suture. Simple suture. Just approximating the two. Simple suture. Now I am passing from one side, going deeper, coming out deeper on the other side, and coming superficially on both sides and making a knot. What is it? Deeper cut and deeper throw and superficial throw, so that the dead space is, if it is a dead space, that will be obliterated. This is known as vertical mattress. Vertical mattress. Or throwing a suture in such a way, I'm going horizontally between like this, and from here to here like this, and making a knot like this is known as horizontal mattress. I'll show you the videos of these sutures. Horizontal mattress suture. So simple suture, vertical mattress, horizontal mattress. And you all know very well what suture I'm going to now make. This is a suture which is not seen outside, which is running inside the skin. Subcuticular suture. What is ideal material for subcuticular suture of skin? It is monocryle. It is running below the skin. Suture is not at all seen outside. Subcuticular suture. Or we can use for a wound like this, we use a suture like this. What is this suture? This is known as purse string sutures. Purse string sutures. So I'm discussing the various techniques of skin sutures: simple suture, vertical mattress, horizontal mattress, subcuticular, purse string. All these are various methods of skin suturing. And please remember the rule used in skin suturing known as X2X rule. What is this X2X rule in skin suturing? X2X rule in skin suturing is a very simple rule. If this is the wound, if this is the wound, if the depth of the wound is X, if the depth of the wound is X, let us assume it is X centimeter. I should take sutures at X centimeter away like this. So it should be taken at X centimeter away on the both sides. And next suture should be at how many centimeter difference? It should be 2x centimeter difference. Next suture will be taken at 2x. So this is known as X2x. So if the depth is X, we have to take sutures at X centimeter on either side of the cut wound, and the next suture should be 2x centimeter. You should not put sutures very nearby so many sutures. Some people, when you give chance to house surgeons, they will put sutures such a way, it will look like so much of air inside. So they will put so many sutures inside. That should not be done. You should give sutures give adequate space of 2x. This is known as X2x rule. So X2x rule, please don't forget. After putting the skin sutures, when will you remove the skin sutures? Removal of skin sutures are done on various days, and one suture which is regularly asked in exams is 6 to 8 days. We will remove the scalp suture. Please don't forget. If you have a suture in the scalp, that suture should be removed on 6 to 8 days. And which suture will you remove on 3 to 5 days? So yearly. Lips, eyelids, face, we remove the sutures on 3 to 5 days, so that the scar will not be so severe. And in which place you remove the sutures on 8 to 10 days. 8 to 10 days I will remove the suture on abdominal sutures, abdominal wound, thoracotomy wound, ear sutures, earlobe repair, earlobe, some practice done, that is earlobe sutures, we remove it on 8 to 10 days. And in which sutures we remove on 10 to 14 days. The last one to remove is on palms, soles and back. Palm, soles and back we remove as last 10 to 14 days is given for palm, soles and back sutures. So in this the repeat MCQ is only for scalp. Please don't forget, scalp sutures are removed on 6 to 8 days. So what is the suture material used for skin sutures? Either silk or nylon. Silk and nylon are used for skin sutures. And we have to remove those sutures at appropriate time. 6 to 8 days in scalp, 3 to 5 days in lips and face. And here is the last one to remove in the face, the head and neck. It is on 8 to 10 days. So please don't forget when to remove the sutures in skin. So now let me come to bowel anastomosis. I am discussing the various repairs. Bowel anastomosis. So I already told you the ideal suture material for bowel, small bowel or large bowel, or for stomach it is vicryl. Okay. So for approximation of bowel, this is serosa, this is submucosa, and this is mucosa. This is mucosa. I am now going to demonstrate two techniques in bowel sutures. This is mucosa. This is mucosa. So now I am going to tell you two techniques with the help of vicryl. So the one technique which I am now putting suture is how I am putting now. The bowel anastomosis I am putting a suture like this, in which I have not taken one layer. I have not taken mucosal layer. This technique is known as Halsted-Mathieson extramucosal technique. This is the best technique of bowel anastomosis. So the best technique of bowel anastomosis is Halsted-Mathieson extramucosal technique. Halsted-Mathieson extramucosal technique is a technique which is used here. It's Halsted-Mathieson extramucosal technique, in which I have taken a suture extramucosally. This is the ideal technique. It is single layer anastomosis. It's a single layer suture. So now let me tell you another technique which is not followed, but it is there in billion now, in which we take one layer like this. All layers together, one layer we are taking like this. Again, we are taking another layer, all layers together. That is known as what technique? Not followed in practice. It is there in million laws. So I'm telling this is Cocker's two-layer technique. This is known as Cocker's two-layer technique. Halstead, Matheson, extramucosal technique, single layer. Cocker's two-layer technique. All layers together taken 2 times. So that is two-layer technique. So please don't forget this technique. Another technique is I have completed single layer Halstead, Matheson, anastomosis like this. So let us show I have completed Halstead, Matheson, single layer technique like this. Now I am putting another suture with the help of silk or with any other suture material. I will take seromuscular suture like this on both sides. Not full layer, only seromuscular. Seros are muscular alone. I am taking on the bubble on both sides. This is an extra suture on a previously done anastomosis known as seromuscular suture. If you know this, you are great. What is the answer? Seromuscular suture is known as Lambert suture. Lambert from Billion Law. This is from Billion Law. Known as Lambert sutures. That is known as Lambert suture. It is a seromuscular suturing. It is a seromuscular suturing of the bowel. So if there is a bowel like this, small mouth, and there is a bowel like this, big mouth, I want to do end-to-end anastomosis. I want to do end-to-end anastomosis. This mouth is big, this mouth is small. What can I do? I can make a cut like this. I can make a cut like this and make this mouth also bigger like this. And now I will anastomose this bowel and this bowel. This cut is known as what cut? This cut is known as, if you are answering this, you are a king of Bailey. Cheetle cut. Okay, cheetle cut. To approximate bigger mouth with a smaller mouth, we cut the smaller mouth is known as cheetle cut. So cheetle cut is made on the smaller bowel to approximate end-to-end anastomosis. To do a end-to-end anastomosis, you are making a cheetle cut. This is known as cheetle cut. Okay, please don't forget this cheetle cut. High yield MCQ for exams. Cheetle cut is a high yield MCQ for exams. So no sir, I don't want to put sutures. Is there any other method? Yes, there is a method available known as what? What is this? We have staplers. We have staplers available to make approximation. This is known as linear stapler. To do end-to-end anastomosis. To do end-to-end anastomosis. End-to-end anastomosis. We have a linear stapler. And to do a side-to-side anastomosis, between these two side-to-side anastomosis, I will keep the head into this, head of the stapler into this, and the other end will be passed like this. And this bowel will be approximated to this by a end-to-end fashion known as circular stapler. I will tell you this. So end-to-end, sorry, this is first one is side-to-side anastomosis. The first one picture is side-to-side anastomosis. So in a linear stapler, we make a side-to-side anastomosis. In this, we are making a end-to-end anastomosis using a circular stapler. I'll show you the image, you understand much better. This is also from Bailey. So using a linear stapler, we can make side-to-side anastomosis of the bowel. Using a circular stapler, we can make a end-to-end anastomosis of the bowel. Okay, so that is these staplers, linear as well as circular staplers, they both cut as well as staple. Please remember, they will cut and staple. They don't only staple, they also cut the tissue in between. While stapling, they cut the tissue in between. So linear stapler and circular stapler will have cutting as well as stapling function. Okay, and the pins we use have various colors of pins are there. So which is usually asked, not asked for each exams. So green staplers are bigger stapler pins. The pins will be like this, bigger stapler pins. Like this, the pins will be very bigger. It is 4 mm pin. So it is one of the biggest pin which is used in stomach and all. We use green staplers. I will show you the other stapler colors and pins so that you understand later. So remember, the stapler pins will be different colors are available so that we can use it in appropriate places. We can use such colors. So this is how you do bowel anastomosis. Bowel anastomosis. And now coming to vascular anastomosis. Vascular anastomosis. So in a vascular anastomosis, there is one technique known as, if this is the two blood vessel we are going to approximate, it will be difficult to do continuous sutures on both sides. So what we do in a vascular suturing, there is a repeat MCQ for exams. We make it like a triangle. We take a knot here, take a knot here, take a loop here, so that it will look like this. And this also will look like this. Now you can take like a straight line, you can take a suture like this. This triangulation is known as Carrel's triangle. This triangulation of the blood vessel is known as Carrel's triangle. Please don't forget. So in a vascular anastomosis, the circular blood vessel is made like a triangle known as Carrel's triangulation of the sutures. So let us see the images so that you will understand much better now, one by one. So please don't forget the classification of sutures. Can you tell me? Let us ask some few questions. Can you give me example of synthetic absorbable sutures? Synthetic absorbable sutures. Polyglycolic acid. Yes, polylactic acid. Polyglycaprone, known as monopril. Polydioxanone. All these synthetic absorbable materials are absorbed by what phenomenon? By hydrolysis. So what is polylactic acid means? It is vicryl. It is a copolymer of lactide and glycolide. Please don't forget this. So this is a picture showing you very clearly the bar vicryl used for facelift operation and by plastic surgeons. And this is vicryl plus, which is coated with antibiotic triclosan antibiotic coated. So this is vicryl rapid, which will be absorbed in 10 days. Usual absorption time is 60 to 90 days. This will be fastly absorbed, therefore it is known as vicryl rapide. So what is this suture? Can you see the capacity of a suture? It is having a coiling property that is known as memory. So this is a suture typically having memory capacity. So this is proline. You can see this is catgut. This is brown in color. How is it stored? It is stored in isopropyl alcohol. You can see in this video, I am holding a suture which is getting coiled in my hand. It is getting coiled in my hand. If I stretch it, it is getting coiled. The moment I stretch it, it is getting coiled. So it is a proline. Okay, it is proline. If I take some other suture and show you, if you see this suture, if I show this suture in my hand, you can see it is not coiling. It is getting straight. This is still no memory. Okay, this is a memory of proline. Now see the various suture techniques. So you are going to see a simple suturing technique in this. I am taking suture on both sides and just approximating. This is a simple suture. This is a typical simple suture. Okay, this is a simple suture technique. So now you see, I am going to put the next suture in which I am going to take deeper on one side. So these are all questions which are expected video-based questions in AIMS. I am taking deeper on the other side also. Now while I am returning back, I will take very superficially. You can see I am taking very superficially. So this is known as vertical mattress. It is very much useful to obliterate the dead space. This is a typical vertical mattress suture. Please don't forget vertical mattress suture. So to do this suturing technique, what are the things used? You can see to do a skin suture. This question is asked in AIMS exam. To do a skin suture, what are the instruments you need as a surgeon? Skin suturing only for skin suturing. What are the things you need? Apart from the suture material, instruments needed. Number one, I was using needle holder. Then what else I used? See in this video. In this video, you can see everything being used. So you can see in this video. Now I'm going. So you can see I'm using the needle holder. And what is there in the other hand? I'm having a 2 3 forceps. So needle holder 2 3 forceps. You can see I'm using a 2 3 forceps to hold the skin. Non-2 forceps will slip. So needle holder 2 3 forceps I'm using. And after putting the knot, what I will do? After putting the knot, What is needed? One more instrument needed. After putting the knot, we will use scissor to cut the suture. What scissor? Straight scissor is used to, see, straight scissor is coming. So these are the materials used in a skin suture. Needle holder, 2 3 forceps, straight scissors. And you can see these are the suture. What I'm putting is, so I'm going to put a horizontal mattress for demonstration purpose. For a poor flow, I have to put all sutures. So simple suture, mattress suture. This is a horizontal mattress at the same level. I'm putting a suture, horizontal mattress sutures. So this is, now again you can see the 3 instruments being used. Okay. So needle holder, 2 3 forceps, and straight scissors will be used in this case also. You can see after suture being made, you cut with the straight scissor. And you can see this is a what suture is this? So you can see the suture is running underneath the skin. So this is typical subcuticular suture done for thyroid surgeries. So what is the name of this suture shown here? Image based question. This is horizontal mattress. So figure of 8 suture is also made like this. Figure of 8 suture is one type of suture in which we make like this and make a knot like this. Figure of 8 suture. So this is vertical mattress suture. This is a simple suture. This is a continuous suture. This is purse string suture for a round wound. So when to remove the sutures, I told you, please don't forget scalp we remove on 6 to 8 days. Okay, scalp we remove on 6 to 8 days. Chest and abdomen on 8 to 10 days. Eyelid, nose, face 3 to 5 days. So this is a Lambert suture, which is done muscular suture. It can be either interrupted or continuous Lambert sutures. So these are the two Bailey pictures. Halstead Matheson technique of bubble anastomosis. You can very well observe it is extra mucosal. Coccus is 2 layer. You can see it is 2 layer suture. It is 2 layer. Coccus is not done by us. It is 2 layer suture not done by us. So this is a linear stapler. You can see we can do a side to side anastomosis of the bubble using this linear stapler. And this is a circular stapler used for end-to-end anastomosis of the bubble. It will cut and staple. There is one more stapler known as TA stapler. This stapler will not cut. It will only staple. That is the point you should not forget here. This is known as transverse stapler. TA stapler known as TA. That one which is shown here is known as TLC. Transverse linear cutter stapler. TLC. Transverse linear cutter stapler. Here this is transverse anastomosis. TA stapler. This is known as TA stapler. It will just approximate the tissues. It will not cut. TA stapler. You can see the various pins in this. This is the various pins. So green, gold, blue, white, and black are the various colors we have. If you want to know, you can remember this, but not ask for each entrance. It's a super specialty topic. Green stapler is the one which is having a open staple height like this. The height of the stapler is 4 mm. It is 4 mm. On closed, it is 2 mm. Usually we use green stapler on stomach. Please remember this. Because stomach is a thick tissue, we use green stapler on stomach. In small bowel, we use blue stapler 3.5 mm. Closed height is 1.5 mm. Vascular stapler is white stapler. Remember, vascular stapler is white stapler. So the main point I want to tell you here is the smaller the staple height, the bleeding will be less. Bleeding is decreased in case of small staple heights. But the small staple heights, if you use on the bowel, the leak will be more. If you use a white stapler on a bowel, that tissues will not be properly approximated because even on approximation the tissue size will be 2 mm. Therefore it will leak. So for thicker tissues, we use a thicker stapler. For thinner tissues, we use a thinner stapler. So in otherwise, for your exams, you remember only this green stapler. If at all, they will ask you only green stapler for PGME exams. Green stapler is 4 mm open pin and closed pin is 2 mm like this. So it is 4 mm height, it is closed as 2 mm height. It is a thick tissue like stomach only we use green staplers. Remember that. So remember green staplers are used in stomach, blue staplers are used in small bowel. Just remember this, that's enough. So these are the various needles we discussed. J needle, half circle needle, quarter circle needle, all those needles we discussed. So these are the blades. 12 size blade, where is it used? For suture removal. 11 size blade for stab incisions. 15 for smaller incisions. 22 for bigger incisions. These are the uses of these special blades. So don't forget these 3 blades especially. If at all you get an exam, this will be 3 blades. So this is 11 blade, 15 blade, 22 blade. Don't forget these 3 blades for your exam. Okay, and this is the line in which we make the incision from Bailey and Lau. This is known as cosmetic incision lines with these plates, known as Langer's lines. These are known as Langer's lines on which cosmetically it will be good looking. So, and certain incisions you have to know here now. So these are the various incisions on your abdomen. So let us assume, let me tell you the various named incisions with these knives. What are the incisions we make with the help of these knives on abdomen? Named incision in the abdomen. So please don't forget these named incisions in abdomen. All of you know this is midline incision. On the linea alba, midline incision. This is paramedian incision. Paramedian incision, which is not used nowadays. Paramedian incision, the main advantage is it will have less chances of incisional hernia. But now since we have excellent suture materials, this type of paramedian incision is not at all used. We use only midline incision to go into the abdomen. And this is transverse incision through muscle cutting used by pediatric surgeons. Pediatric cases. In babies, we use transverse incisions. And this is subcostal incision known as what? Right side subcostal incision known as, what is the name of this incision? That is known as Coccus incision. This is a repeat question. Subcostal Coccus incision is used for gallbladder surgeries. It is used for gallbladder surgeries. It is used for gallbladder surgeries. And this is known as rooftop incision. Rooftop incision. Rooftop, in which the subcostal incision is extending to opposite side also. It is also known as rooftop or chevron incision. Chevron or rooftop incision. Chevron or rooftop, looking like a rooftop. Where will you use this? Chevron or rooftop incision is used for pancreatic surgeries. It is used for pancreatic surgeries. Pancreatic surgeries, we use chevron or rooftop incision for pancreatic surgeries. And this you all very well know. What is this incision? Known as fan and steel incision used by gynecologist. And this is gridiron incision known as what? MacArthur incision for appendix surgery. MacArthur or gridiron incision for appendix surgery. This is Lane's incision for appendix surgery. Lane's incision for appendix surgery. Lane's is a cosmetic incision in which the scar will not be seen outside. Lane's cosmetic incision. So once the ladies wear the sarees, that will go in the saree line. So that is Lane's incision, cosmetic incision. MacArthur is gridiron incision. And while operating, if you cut the muscle like this somewhere, if you cut the muscle like this, this is an expected MCQ. Muscle cutting incision. What is it? What is the name of this muscle cutting incision? Can you tell me? This muscle cutting incision is known as Rutherford-Morrison incision. So this is a repeat MCQ. Among the following incisions, which is muscle cutting incision, the choice will be there. So Lane's incision, MacArthur incision, fan and steel incision, everything is not muscle cutting. They are all muscle splitting incisions. So please don't forget Lane's, MacArthur, fan and steel, all are muscle splitting. They don't cut the muscle. They just split the muscle and go inside. They are muscle splitting incisions. Whereas Rutherford-Morrison is a muscle cutting incision. Please don't forget it is a muscle cutting incision. Muscle cutting incision is Rutherford-Morrison. Please don't forget these incisions on the abdomen. Okay, coccus is subcostal incision for cholecystectomy. Chevron is rooftop incision for pancreas surgery. Midline is laparotomy. Paramedian is other incision which is used in those days. Paramedian is not needed nowadays because the chances of incision is nowadays less, even with the midline incision and good suture materials. You should not forget Rutherford Morrison muscle cutting incision. Now I'm going to demonstrate you some knots. So you see, I am holding two sutures, right side and left side two sutures. So in the first knot, I'm going to throw the right side suture over the left side, and you see the knot is taken out. The right side is thrown on the left side and the knot is taken out like this. The knot is taken out like this. And now again I'm going to take right side over the left side like this. Please understand, again I'm going to take the right side knot what I'm having here, I'm going to take down the left side like this. If I take like this knot is going to be what knot? If I take like this knot is going to be one knot known as what type of knot? So right side is taken over the left, again right side is taken over the left. If the knot is being made, if you see, if I'm tightening the knot will try to come out. It will slip out and it will come out like this. So this knot is known as granny knot or slip knot. This knot will come out like this. So this is known as granny knot or slip knot. Please don't forget, again I will take a granny will slip. Remember, like grandma will slip. So remember like that, the right side suture is made on the left side like this first. Again I'm going to make the right side suture is going to be made on the left. Again I'm running it on the left. So this is a last year image based question. You have to understand what is happening here. Then only you can answer this question. You have to see what is happening here. So right side is running over the left. Again the right side is running over the left. This is known as granny knot or slip knot. So you will be very clear now. But when I put the next suture, you get confused. That is going to be that's going to be the reef knot or square knot. You see, I'm going to make a reef knot or a square knot now. So I'm going to make the right side run on the left side. Right is made on the left side. Okay, now I'm holding two sides. Now in this square means what? Right side or left, and now left side will be running on the right side like this. So this is now square knot or reef knot. You can see square knot or reef knot. If I put this knot, that's all. It's a very tight knot. You cannot even remove that knot afterwards. It will be very tight like this. So again, I'll tell you what this square knot means. You have to observe the image very closely how the knots are running. So right side is running on the left, and left side, now that left side will run on the right suture like this. Okay, this is known as typical square knot or reef knot. Typical square knot or reef knot. So I'll show you another video also, don't worry. Now, one more knot I'm making. This is a typical surgeon's knot. I will make right over the left two times. See, I have done two times. See, one time I'm rolling. Again I'm rolling like this, and I'm making the first knot is two throw. The first knot is two throw, and on that first knot of surgeon's knot, over that I should make a reef knot. Reef knot means left over the right like this. So this is a typical surgeon's knot. Two throws, one down, and above that is one reef knot. This is a typical surgeon's knot. Okay. So now let us see the video of these knots. Video now very clearly. Whatever I told you already is now being demonstrated in this video. So you are going to see that this is square knot. Right side is running on the left, and now it should square. Right side run over the left. Now it should square. Left will run over the right. If you mug up, you will forget. This is the concept of this knot. Is square knot is an excellent knot. Surgeons we use only square knot. So now you see left is running on the right. So this is a typical square knot. When you make the knot will never ever slip. It is a very tight knot. This is square knot or reef knot. See, the knot is very tight. Even when you try to pull out, it will not come. That is square knot or reef knot. Now you see the granny knot. The granny knot is done not by surgeons. So now let me show you as a video. This is a square knot. You just see what is being done in the square knot. So the right side knot will be running on the left side like this. The right side is running on the left side like this. And next, the left will run over the right like this. Left will run over the right like this. As shown in the video, you can see right over the left. Now left will run on the right. So this is a typical knot known as square knot. So left will run on the right. So this you should not get confused. You have to observe the image given in the book or the material how the knot looks like. So this is a typical surgeons using square knot. Most of surgeons use only square knot. When you come to the granny knot, you see the granny knot the same way. Right is now kept on the left. You see now the right side loop suture material is kept on the left like this. And now again I will keep the right side on the left. So I'm not squaring. So this is a slipping knot or a granny knot usually used by people who try to do suicide. Because if you do a slipping knot that will slip and go and fix somewhere. This type of slipping knot is used in deep pelvis or deep cavities to put a knot deeper inside. We make this slipping granny knot. So this is typically granny knot or slip knot. Okay, please don't forget this knot. And this is a surgeon's knot which I demonstrated. We have to do two throw first. So do a two throw first, followed by what type of knot you should complete the surgeon's knot. The surgeon's knot we should not forget is done by throwing two knots. Two knots are thrown first. Then like a reef knot you should, or a square knot you should make the third knot. Third knot is a square knot. It will fix the suture. So square knot is used for completing the surgeon's knot. Now let us have some review questions. Which among the following suture is used for bile duct anastomosis? I told you very well. So bile duct anastomosis, what is the suture material used? It is usually 40 Vicryl is used for bile duct anastomosis. So the answer here is A. Okay, A is the suture material used. A chief surgeon completed MRM. He instructs you to close the surgical site by subcuticular suture. Which of the following material will you use to use subcuticular sutures? Subcuticular suture done by monocryl. I already told you monocryl is nothing but polyglycaprone. Polyglycaprone is a monocryl suture used. Please don't forget polyglycaprone. When will you remove the scalp suture on? 6 to 8 post-op day. What is the name of this incision? Coccus fan and steel incision. So coccus incision, subcostal incision. This is coccus subcostal incision. Fan and steel is here, and Rutherford Morrison is a muscle cutting incision. Okay, please don't forget name of these incisions. Okay, at this point, this is the point you should not forget sutures, suturing techniques, and various methods of using the sutures. Okay, so thank you.